All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are talking about a strategy that completely flips the script on how you think about your money. We're going to look at how you can take your single biggest monthly expense and turn it into an income-producing machine.
Okay, so let me start with a question for you. Is your home an asset or is it a liability? Now, your gut reaction is probably, of course it's an asset. But think about it. If it's constantly taking money out of your pocket every single month, well, the answer gets a little more complicated, doesn't it?
And that really gets to the heart of the problem we're going to tackle today. For almost all of us, housing isn't just a cost, it's a huge financial weight on our shoulders. I mean, it's pretty much a universal experience, right? Month in and month out, the biggest bill you pay is for the roof over your head. And that one payment, it pretty much dictates the rest of your financial life.
And this chart just says it all. When you actually look at a typical budget, housing isn't just another slice of the pie. No way. It's this giant, hungry piece that basically leaves you with the crumbs for everything else. It just dominates your cash flow. But what if you could change all that? What if there was a clever way to fight back against that massive expense? Well, there is. So let's get into the solution. It's called house hacking. So what is this thing exactly? Well, house hacking is basically a strategy where you buy a property, you live in one part of it, and then you rent out the other parts. The income you get from your tenants, that goes straight towards paying off your mortgage. Now, of course, this does mean you're stepping into the role of a landlord, and that comes with its own set of responsibilities.
And this slide right here, this is the whole game changer. The comparison is just so stark. In the traditional model, money is just pouring out of your account every month. But with house hacking, you do a complete 180. Your home stops being a liability and starts becoming a real asset, one that actually puts money in your pocket and has other people helping you pay it off. Okay, so you get the concept. That's the what. Now let's talk about the how, because there isn't just one way to do this. There are actually a bunch of great ways you can pull this off. The classic move is to buy a small multifamily place, like a duplex or a triplex. You live in one unit and rent out the others. But you can also just rent out spare bedrooms in a regular single-family house, though that means you'll be sharing your living space. Or hey, you could convert a basement or a garage into a separate rental unit. Just make sure you check your local rules on that first. You can even do something called a live-in flip, where you live in a place while you fix it up to boost its value.
So when you really boil it down, the whole process is surprisingly simple. You buy a place, you live in it, you rent out the extra space, and yeah, that involves finding good tenants and being a manager, and then you use that rental cash to absolutely crush your housing costs.
And that, my friends, brings us to the most exciting part, the actual payoff. Let's look at the numbers and see what this really does for your bank account. So, forget about a mortgage that's $2,000 or $3,000 a month. I want you to imagine, what if your total cost to live was just $250? Yeah, you heard me right, $250. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. And here's how the math shakes out. It's not magic, it's just simple arithmetic. Let's say your mortgage is $2,500, but then, boom, you bring in $1,200 from one tenant and another $1,050 from a second tenant. Suddenly, your net cost, what you have to pay, is just a tiny fraction of what it would have been. You've pretty much wiped out your mortgage payment. I love this quote because it just nails the entire philosophy. The goal is super simple. You take the thing that costs you the most money and you flip it. You turn it into something that actually pays you. That's the blueprint. So, as we start to wrap this up, it's really important to understand that this is so much more than just a clever financial trick. It's really about changing your entire perspective. See, instead of seeing your home as just a place to live and a massive bill to pay, you start seeing it as the foundation of your wealth. It becomes a tool, an engine for your financial freedom. But that also means you got to treat your home like a small business and be diligent about it. So really, the only question left is, are you ready to stop just paying your mortgage and finally start making your mortgage pay you? The blueprint is right here.